Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of M.I.A.'s In-Depth Analyses, where I talk about Canadian politics and history. Today's episode is going to be a cheerful one, a little bit of a break from all the doom and gloom. We are going to talk about tulips today because the annual Canadian Tulip Festival is just about to begin. That time, a Canadian maternity ward was temporarily declared extraterritorial so that a Dutch princess would be solely Dutch and would not have a dual citizenship for Canada and the Netherlands.
By order of Britain's King George, Ottawa Civic Hospital is declared Dutch territory, that Princess Juliana's third baby girl may be born on her native soil.
This ensured that the newborn would not be born in Canada and not be a British subject under the rule of jus soli. Instead, the child would only inherit Dutch citizenship from her mother under the principle of jus sanguinis, which is followed in Dutch nationality law. Thus, the child would be eligible to succeed in the throne. It is actually a common misconception that the Canadian government declared the maternity ward Dutch territory. That wasn't necessary. They just declared it to be not Canada, because in Dutch law, if your mother is Dutch, then you will be Dutch. But if you're born in Canada, then you're Canadian. It doesn't matter what nationality your parents are. And that is how the Tulip Festival began. How, you might ask? Let's go back to the beginning. In 1937, Princess Juliana married Prince Bernhard of Lippe-Biesterfeld.
All the thousands of enthusiastic subjects who flocked to The Hague for the wedding of their crown princess stayed up all night to ensure a good place for the morning procession. And the streets were a blaze of light. Cafes remained open and all Holland was gay.
You are gay as shit. You are the gayest piece of shit I've ever met in my life. So gay, so homosexual, so thoroughly clearly gay. Gay.
The day of the wedding was one of sunshine and splendor. Princess Juliana and the bridegroom, Prince Bernhard zur Lippe-Biesterfeld, drove together from the palace in a golden coach, preceded by the crack cavalry of Holland. Following in a coach of glass was the bride's mother, Queen Wilhelmina.
After war broke out in Europe in September 1939.
September 1939. The German foe begins its ruthless march of conquest and sets the stage for World War II.
The Nazis had their eyes on the Netherlands. The Netherlands quickly fell to Nazi Germany despite its neutrality stance. They were invaded on the 10th of May, 1940. They surrendered just 5 days later on May 15th, 1940, one day after the bombing of Rotterdam. On the 12th of May, 1940, 2 days after the Nazis invaded the Netherlands, Prince Bernhard and Princess Juliana were evacuated to the United Kingdom. The princess remained there for a month before taking her two daughters, Princess Beatrix, born on the 31st of January 1938, and Princess Irene, born on August 5th, 1939. She resided in Stornoway in Rockcliffe Park, the official residence for the opposition in Canada. Okay, so we're coming up on Stornoway. I don't know if it's legal to take pictures. Oh my god, just look at this neighborhood. This is the official residence of the opposition, and also where Princess Margrethe and her family stayed. At the time, it was the residence of Canadian Prime Minister William Lyon Mackenzie King, who offered it to the Dutch royal family during their stay. Stornoway is a historic mansion located at 541 Acacia Avenue in Rockcliffe Park in Ottawa.
So this is Stornoway, a lot of history here.
It's an amazing place. Now, this has been the official residence of the leader of the opposition for many years. So people like John Diefenbaker, Lester Pearson, Brian Mulroney, Pierre Trudeau. There's so much history in this place. It's fascinating. And one of the really amazing things is that during the war, when the Nazis invaded Holland, the Dutch royal family was exiled here at Stornoway. And
this is where they lived.
They lived here, and while they were here, they had a little daughter named Marguerite. Now, she was born in the Ottawa Civic Hospital, and this is the coolest thing. The Governor General had to declare that the hospital room was extraterritorial so she wouldn't lose her Dutch citizenship and her place in the royal family. So because of that, every year, the Dutch government sends 100,000 tulips to Ottawa to say thanks, and that's the Tulip Festival.
It was built in 1914 and continues to be served as the official residence of the opposition to this day. Pierre Poilievre lives in Stornoway right now. Her mother, Queen Wilhelmina, and her husband, Prince Bernhard, remained in London so that they could conduct resistance fighting from there.
The Royal Air Force form a guard of honor when Prince Bernhard of the Netherlands visits the Royal Netherlands Air Force at its base somewhere in Britain. Besides fighter pilots and crews, he meets also many of the men in the Dutch Naval Air Service who are actively engaged with the British Coastal Command. Among these is Pilot Sergeant Daniels, whom he decorates for bravery. Attacked by 9 Heinkels, Pilot Daniels brought down one with a single gun of a training plane.
Her third child, Princess Marguerite, was born in Canada on January 19, 1943.
At Ottawa's Civic Hospital on January 19th, Princess Marguerite was born. The Canadian government had issued a proclamation declaring the room the princess was born in extraterritorial, that is, outside Canadian jurisdiction, so that the newborn princess would not have Canadian citizenship, but full Dutch citizenship.
Governor-General Lord Athlone granted royal assent to a special law declaring Princess Juliana's rooms at the Ottawa Civic Hospital to be extraterritorial in order that the infant would be born exclusively Dutch, not dual nationality. Had these arrangements not been made, Princess Marguerite would not be in line for succession to the throne in the Netherlands.
The royal registration is an affair of state. Christened Margaret Francisca, she's 4th in line to the throne of the Netherlands.
The Canadian government flew the Dutch flag on Parliament's Peace Tower, while the Dutch anthem rang out at the news of Princess Marguerite's birth.
From atop Canada's Parliament Hill, the flag of the Netherlands flies in honor of a royal birth.
While the maternity ward was not technically Dutch territory, it was given certain privileges and immunities that are associated with extraterritoriality. For example, Dutch soil was symbolically placed under the bed where Princess Marguerite was born. Additionally, the Dutch flag was flown over the hospital at the time of her birth. It was the first time in history that a flag other than that of Canada's had been flown over the Peace Tower. After her birth, the Canadian government rescinded the extraterritorial status of the Civic's maternity ward, and it resumed its status as a part of Canada. Prince Bernhard, who had remained in London to assist his mother-in-law, Queen Wilhelmina, and the government operating in exile, was able to visit his family in Canada and be there for Marguerite's birth.
Prince Bernhard flew from England by bomber to be here for the event.
Princess Juliana had come to Canada with her children, fleeing the German occupation of the Netherlands. Her husband, Prince Bernhard, came to Canada for the birth of Princess Marguerite from London, where he was serving with the Royal Air Force.
Princess Marguerite was named after the daisy, aka Marguerite, the flower worn during the war as a symbol of resistance to Nazi Germany. Her godparents included U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt, Queen Mary, Martha, Crown Princess of Norway. Princess Marguerite was baptized at St. Andrew's Church on the 29th of June, 1943, in Ottawa. They got their baby girl, Princess Marguerite, baptized at this church, which is on Wellington Street. Apparently, when Princess Marguerite was baptized, thousands of Ottawans gathered outside of the St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church and cheered when they came out. Princess Juliana's genuine warmth and the gestures of her Canadian hosts created a lasting bond, which was reinforced when Canadian soldiers fought and died by the thousands in 1944 and 1945 to liberate the Netherlands from the Nazis. Princess Juliana returned with Queen Wilhelmina by a military transport plane to the liberated part of the Netherlands on the 2nd of May, 1945. It was not until the 2nd of August, 1945, when the Netherlands had been liberated, that Princess Marguerite, accompanied by her parents and sisters, first set foot in Dutch soil. Once home, she expressed gratitude by sending the city of Ottawa 100,000 tulip bulbs. The following year, in 1946, Princess Juliana donated another 20,500 bulbs to Ottawa, with the request that a portion of these be planted on the grounds of the Ottawa Civic Hospital, where her baby girl was born, during her residence. At the same time, she promised Ottawa an annual gift of tulips each year during her lifetime to show her lasting appreciation for Canada's wartime hospitality. She also erected a wooden lectern and brass plaque which is dedicated in thanks to St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church for their hospitality. Each year, Ottawa now hosts the Canadian Tulip Festival in celebration of this gift. It's actually the largest show of tulips in the world. Princess Marguerite is the only royal to ever ever be born in North America. Princess Marguerite has continued to visit Ottawa over the years, as recently as 2022. The site at the Civic Hospital is marked by a plaque commemorating Princess Marguerite's birth and the special relationship between Canada and the Netherlands. Princess Marguerite has maintained close ties with Canada throughout her life and has made many official visits to the country. In 1940, Juliana of the Netherlands was a princess in the Dutch royal family, the only child of Queen Wilhelmina and Prince Henry. Princess Juliana became Queen of the Netherlands in 1948 until her abdication in 1980. Princess Juliana, and then Queen Juliana of the Netherlands, died in 2004 at the age of 94. The Tulip Festival is held in May every year in Ottawa, Canada, and is said to be one of the most beautiful tulip festivals in the world, with some 500,000 visitors each year. In addition to the tulip displays, the festival also includes other attractions, such as street parties, fireworks, guided tours of the city. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that was a light-hearted one. It was kind of the royal family in Canada having a royal baby, and was a sign of hope for those living in the Netherlands under oppression, and it really gave them strength that the royals were living on and fighting on. And it gave Canadians hope as well for Europe, because there was this family, there was a baby being born, sign of new life during the worst time in history. So it's just a really sweet story about the close ties that Canada has with the Netherlands and continues to have to this day. I would love to go there someday. I would love to hear from any Dutch people that maybe have heard about this, or if you know that the royal family sends tulips to Canada every year. Anyway, have a great Tuesday. Have a great rest of the week. I will try to post videos every Tuesday, but more than likely it's going to be more scattered every other Tuesday because I work a full-time job and I am just not capable. I will do my best. Thanks for listening to me. Don't forget to hug your moms, tip your servers, tip your bartenders, enjoy this nice weather that we're finally having, and maybe come check out the Tulip Festival. Who knows? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm done the rainbow, so you'll just have to stick around to see what I'm gonna do next. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.
Prince Bernhard, with the two little princesses, Beatrix and Irene, enjoys a midwinter romp in the cold Canadian climate. Simple, democratic people in the family of the United Nations.